So it's an absolute joy and a pleasure to welcome live in the studio the very lovely Debbie Crouch from Art for Wellness. Thank you so much for coming in to see us.
Thank you very much for inviting me in. I'm really excited today.
Yeah. All right, so can I start by asking you, what is Art for Wellness all about?
Art for Wellness is a way to learn how to draw, paint, doodle, and connect with yourself in a way that helps and supports your well-being.
So what would that look like in real life?
In real life, I guess, let's say, when was the last time you coloured in or actually went near some felt tip pens?
About 5 minutes ago, because we got a big thing of pens over there, and you like filling in the O's and things. You do that, doodling.
I do that. I have to apologise after I give the scripts back because they usually come back with a bit of like a scribbly masterpiece attached.
Yeah, we're terrible doodlers, quite frankly. So go on then. I'm sorry, I broke train of thought there.
That's great to hear, but that's what it's about, really. It's about finding your inner artist.
Mm-hmm.
But by inner artist, it could be just a scribble.
Right.
It could be words that come into your mind that you want to write down.
Okay.
It could be colouring in a book.
Is this like mindfulness?
Yes, it is.
Not everybody can be a great artist, but everybody can have a go, can't they?
They can, yes. Because there's no rules or regulations to it.
So if I came along to an Art for Wellness session, what would happen? If I turned up for the first time, what would happen?
Well, you would enter a room full of amazing materials, whether it would be paints, crayons, buttons, fabrics. We've got an array of all sorts of materials that we use in therapeutic art, because it's about using your senses, whether it's touching material or looking at a button.
Right.
And it's using that to explore your imagination and get it out on paper.
And presumably, I mentioned mindfulness because I've done a bit of that myself. And the idea is, I understand, put me right if I'm wrong, is that if you're occupying your mind doing something artistic, you're not necessarily worrying about the things you're worrying about before you pick the pen up.
Absolutely. It's giving yourself to be in that moment.
All right.
To forget everything that's crazy that's going on around you.
Well, like a radio studio, that kind of thing.
I like to do things like slow breathing activities.
Okay.
Or I read out stories or fun things to get people more relaxed.
Okay.
And in a space where they feel that they can have a go.
But you're actually working with a bunch of organisations as well, aren't you, to try and improve people's well-being, I guess, through art?
It is. It's about collaborating in the local community.
Okay.
So for the last year, I've been running workshops at various different venues, working with the Barnsley Library Services, working with older people's services for Barnsley Council, and also at Penistone Leisure Centre.
Ah, yeah, we know it well. All right. And if people want to get onto these courses, how do they do that?
The best thing to do is to actually have a look at either my Facebook group or we advertise them on Eventbrite, or because we do have a good connection with Penistone Leisure Centre, they're also on their website as well.
Okay. So if, how many times a week or a month do these events take place?
They do vary because we tend to do them themed. The next one, because it's February...
Oh, yeah, I know.
It's called Love Is All Around.
Oh, yeah, I wonder why that is.
Yeah. Well, it's about spreading the message that love can be any day in February for anyone. It's not just Valentine's Day. It could be love for a friend, a pet, a parent.
All right.
And we'd like to do lots of different creative things and have fun, whether it's making a card or a picture.
All right, and what date is that on in February?
We're actually doing one at Penistone, and it's part of the Art Week, which is on Valentine's Day.
Ah, I knew that. Yeah. As ever with our guests, we say, if it's not been too horrible, could you come back and update us on how you're getting on throughout the year?
I'd love to come back.
And we'd like to thank Debbie Crouch from Art for Wellness for coming into the Saturday Lunchtime Live Studios. And this is David Higgins, aided and abetted by Lily Atkinson, reporting for Penistone FM.